And unmute. It is time. Welcome.
Welcome. And I'm not doing the thing I told you I was going to do because now I'm nervous.
Okay, all right, that's fine. You and your
Fair enough.
spiffy little. Now I can see your spiffy little authors get up. Your
Yeah.
author phase, as you put it.
Oh, hold on. Let me, like, this is not working because I have headphones on, but, like, imagine I'm.
The pipe, like a
Yeah.
pipe full of tobacco.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good, good.
Good, good, good. Hello, everyone. We are so happy to see you here today. And, yeah, welcome back to episode 9 of Hopeless Romantics
Hell
and
yeah.
the first day of October.
First day of spooky season.
It's spooky season. We are thrilled.
So excited. Also, I'm
Yes.
finally streaming again, so that's great, and I'm back home. It's
Yeah,
it's great being
that's
here.
nice.
I know. It's been a minute.
Yes.
Right,
Well,
so jumping in, oh, this week we did Murder at Sunrise Lake by one of your favorite authors, Chris.
yeah. Hidden amongst a large cast of fascinating characters, a killer stalks the beautiful Sierra Nevada mountains, and we got to read about it.
We sure did. Now you did say, I remember you texted me like earlier this week, and you're like, to be fair, there usually is way more smut in her novels. So this one was a lot of plot. Again, we do have that occasionally, podcast where it's more plot than love scene. But I really enjoyed it. I think the story was
Yeah.
still very well done, and I can definitely see why she is one. Maybe we'll have to do some more things by her that are a little smuttier, a little spicier
I'm so
in the future.
happy you enjoyed the book. Yes. Okay, we got to get into some trigger warnings.
There are quite a few. I checked your Word document for confer on the trigger warnings or whatever. So, and you had a couple that I didn't have, so I'm glad I checked it. But for this week's book, we had some child abuse, suicide slash homicide. There was a lot of homicide because it was following a serial killer. Alcohol abuse and also animal injuries.
Yeah,
Poor
I was.
pupper.
Oh God, that hurt me.
Yeah, but he was okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Spoilers.
yeah.
Good spoilers. The dog does not die.
Dog does not die. Continue loving our friend.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right. Getting into hot takes. Did you have a hot take this week?
Do you want to do the book summary?
Oh, did you not? I guess you didn't really.
Yeah, that was just like a little tag
That's
that I
fair. That's
made
fair.
for the spice.
I guess that doesn't count. You're right. Yeah, I can read that. All right. So, the summary book says it starts in her dreams. Hideous flashes from nightmare only stop. Images of a murderer stalking the one she cares about most. Stella Harrison thought she got traumas of her past. Running the Sunrise Lake Resort high in the Sierra Nevada mountains brought her peace, even though she doesn't truly share a quiet life with anyone. Not even Sam, the hired handyman that notices everything and always seems to know exactly what she needs. Stella doesn't know anything about Sam's past, but somehow over the last 2 years, his slow, steady presence slipped past her. Still, she knows she can't tell him about her recent premonitions. So far, there's been no murder, no body, no way to prove what's about to happen without destroying the life she's built for herself. But a killer is out there, and Stella knows that this time she'll do whatever it takes to stop him.
Yes.
So I feel like it kind of alludes to the fact that she gets like psychic premonitions, but it doesn't like flat out say
Mhm.
that she has dreams about a serial killer. I will get it.
Yeah, I only knew that she did that because of like Goodreads or something where
Mhm.
somebody was like, "The queen of
The
horror has
queen of
made
horror.
a psychological thriller, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah."
that's fair.
And I was like,
Also,
"Oh, cool."
I have to hold the mic, guys, so, bear with me. Movement that keeps happening.
Oh, no, 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 this is so funny. I mean,
Is it funny? Is it?
I it's not my mic, I guess. It wasn't my mic arm.
Yeah, that's fair. No, it's a pretty cheap mic arm, so I'm kind of surprised it lasted this, but it broke like literally when I was adjusting settings, like right before air. That's why we were late. So here we
Yeah,
are. We're making do. It's okay.
Alyssa was literally like, "Let me just
Let
type
me
up."
just uh. and then it like fell.
Alright.
It was like limp. Like, well, I can't make that work. That's not gonna work. I guess we're holding it this week.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's always something, I swear.
I
Every fucking
Alright.
time.
You wanna get into some hot takes?
Yep, yep. Did you have the one this week? Want to go
I
first, or do you want me to go
did.
first?
I'll go first if you I'll
Okay,
give my evidence later, but I'm gonna give you my tag here now.
fair enough. Camera there.
I'm looking cozy. Alright. Hot take time. Sam's father does not deserve a gentle retirement in the countryside. I will expand on that later.
Someone
And
in my cat said, or in my chat said, flaccid Mike. Sorry, go ahead.
yes. No, it's your turn now.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me adjust my camera real quick. I don't know if that are you good still? That fuck you.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I don't know if you know this TikTok audio, but in my hot take at the beginning, I said, the TikTok audio that's like, it's enough slices. And then I said, everyone in this book has such a traumatic backstory that they could literally be the main character. Like any one of them, any of the side characters, any one of them. It just kept on like building. It was a lot of
Mhm.
trauma. Enough slices.
That's fair.
Yeah.
100%. I agree.
But I did still like it. And the characters were dynamic, so that was good at least. But yes,
All right.
there's my hot take.
That was spicy. Thank
Spicy,
you.
spicy. Camera back up again. All right. That was the one screen I did not check before.
That's I forgot I had you really cropped from last week too.
Yeah,
It was very dramatic.
that's fair. Oh, and of course, everything just closed out. Cool, bear with me. All right, and we're back. Again, what else could be wrong? All right, getting into
Knock
our
on something,
main
please.
characters. Getting into our main characters. So we have Stella here. Stella Harrison.
A silver blonde baddie.
Yes, she is, I believe, Finnish and Argentinian, or like ancestor. Or am I wrong on that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, but yeah, she has the like, Scandinavian silver blonde hair, blue eyes, dark eyelashes, her appearance.
She favors jeans and comfortable t-shirts and boots. She's very athletic, so she has a pretty athletic build. At one point she's called curvy. And she rarely wears makeup. So
Hell
she's
yeah.
kind of a natural granola-y type of
A true
girl.
granola girl. Granola girl. You
She's
heard it here
crunchy.
first, folks. Hashtag granola girl. That's such a good hashtag. I put her in this cozy little sweater because
I
I
love
just felt
that.
like it was like, she's running a resort in the Sierra Nevada mountains. That's something.
Yeah, she looks cozy.
But yeah, she would, like we said, she has psychic visions in her dreams about serial killers, but only if she has come into contact with them beforehand. And then they're murdering close by. So there are some stipulations to her psychic premonitions. Also, because that would suck. Like if it wasn't like that, low key, because then she would just constantly be like having all of these nightmares. That would
Yeah.
fucking suck.
Her other power is that she has a Glock. And
Is
I
that a power?
I wrote it down in her power set. I'm gonna call it a power.
Okay,
I mean, she's trained
fair,
with it. That's kind
fair
of a
enough.
power.
Oh yeah, having my note. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have for her.
Yeah. It
But yeah,
was
she's pretty cool.
like stuff happening like right as it started.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, also I know why they did this, but it was constantly like the way that the voice okay, we listen to audiobooks when we do these podcasts. The way that the voice actor kept saying the one specific line that was over and over again, which was mommy daddy's doing the bad thing again, like kind of got on my nerves. I'm not gonna
Really?
lie. A little bit, but I think it was just like the delivery.
That's I was like, "Ooh, dramatic."
It was very dramatic, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have her love interest, which there's actually a little bit of a love triangle in this. I didn't put a slide for the doctor that is like the other part of this love triangle type of thing, but that's because Stella was interested in Sam and not Finn, which what an alliterative name. That's just a good
Yeah.
choice that was.
Yeah. I agree. It was like only a love triangle on his part. He was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a stake in this." And they were both Sam and Stella were just like, "No,
No,
look
you
at us. We
don't. What the
both have
fuck?
S names. We're clearly meant to
We
be."
have S names. We are meant to be together. Yeah, he also we talk about this now about how he's like flaunting his money. Or do you want to
Oh,
discuss that later?
Denver?
Yeah. We can
We can
discuss it
discuss that
later. Yeah,
later.
because I have it in my green or butterflies. Okay, so getting into Sam, our our other love interest here. So listen, I'm a little old. This reference might be I don't know if most people are gonna get this reference, but from A Streetcar Named Desire, this is Marlon Brando and he's screaming Stella. That's like the famous thing from this play. So I stuck that in there. He also kind of fits the physical description, so I was like, why not? This is
Yeah.
their bands now. Which Adrian actually did not understand that reference beforehand, which makes me think that no one else is going to really. But I know at
I feel
least
called out.
I know at least well, it's not like I don't know, it's not like a thing I would expect people to know necessarily, I guess, nowadays, so it's fine. You're younger than me. It is what it is.
I'm showing my age.
I'm showing my age. That's the real thing here. But I do know that we have one viewer at least that watches old movies, so shout out to Sticky Pink Lip Gloss. She might get this reference. But yes, Stella. So here's our happy couple together in
They're
these mountains.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then on this next slide, we have the reference that you couldn't stop thinking of with Stella's name. And this
Stella,
one,
where the hell have you been, Loca?
this one will probably get more recognition. Fair. Love it. Got a good Twilight
Yeah.
reference in there.
Yeah. Twilight feels cozy. I don't know if it's the cardigan, but I'm just like, yeah, fall is here.
Always in the air. Fair. All right, so getting into our scenery. As we stated before, I think I have like 5 or 6 slides for this, but we are in the Sierra Nevada mountains somewhere at this lake resort somewhere. But yeah, lots of mountains, lots of snow, hiking,
It's gorgeous.
lots of
It's really
evergreen
beautiful.
tree. Would you like to live biome this area?
It snows, so that is a negative.
Yeah.
That is a negative.
Too cold for you, even in your cozy sweater? Cozy author sweater?
It really depends on if I would have to leave the house.
Okay. That's fair.
If I just lived in a cabin, snow
Gaming
is
hype house
beautiful. Yeah.
in the cabin. That's fair. Fair enough.
Yeah, we have a hype house, but it's a cabin, so
Cabin in the woods. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but that would be something we would do. Or like a swamp.
Yes.
Live in
Oh
the
my god, and we
swamp.
call it the cabin in the woods,
Oh my
and
god,
it's just
perfect.
yeah,
Perfect. Two spooky
vibes.
bitches living their best life.
I gotta stop nodding so aggressively. My wobbly ass desk is like
Oh, I know. My camera does it. It is what it is. Follow us so we can get a better set. How about that?
yeah, please.
Give me Jeff Bezos's
Please
redirect
subscribe.
that.
I
Yeah, subscribe to Adrian, follow me so that I can also get subscriptions.
please. The end.
All right. Should we get to red flags or
Let's talk about
Stella?
it. Stella.
Stella?
I
Right.
hate her name.
I think. Do you?
I
That
don't like it.
that part of your red flag? You just don't like her name.
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's a separate issue. Okay, so
Why
I
don't
guess
you
I
like the
kind of
name
want to
Stella?
I just I don't know if it's because I can just only hear Jacob's voice saying it. Like all I hear is Taylor Lautner every time
Uh-huh.
I hear it. Just Stella.
Stella.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
fair
But
enough.
like I found out that she in the book had a different name and that she had like changed her name and I was like, "Oh, so Stella is like a
A
bad name that you've
chosen.
chosen."
Yeah, a chosen thing. That was a
And then
choice.
and then it wasn't that she just changed her last name apparently and I was like, "Boy, what?"
Yeah. Yeah. That's
If
fair.
you're gonna change your name,
Change it all.
get rid of that.
Get it out of there. Get that out of
Yeah.
there. All right, I think
Well,
I am up first. Did have
you
the same.
know yeah.
I gave Stella one red flag. Um, I feel like there wasn't really anything that alarming about her. I
Mhm.
said that I only gave her one because she does have a lot of trauma from her past, but does
Yeah.
seem to be like relatively healed from that, if as much as you can be. Um, Spoil it now. We are talking about.
Go ahead.
Okay, so spoilers. Her father is a serial killer, and that's how like her premonition started. Then, essentially. And that's why that phrase is repeated throughout of like mommy, daddy's doing the bad thing again, is a serial
He
killer.
was
And
doing the
then
bad
he
thing.
was doing the bad thing, murdering people, and the bad thing. But her mom too, like would tell her to like not say anything, was coaching her every night, essentially, like not reveal the family secret. And she also would like try to like lie for her dad, or like, yeah, her mom would lie for her dad or whatever. It was just an all around terrible situation. That's why I didn't really know what to classify like that whole as other than child abuse, but like it was a lot of it was like very
Yeah.
deep. Like that's really intense. So
You're like, "There are levels of child abuse," and that
yeah, and that
was
was like a lot.
all of them.
Yeah, all of the above. um but so I did give her one red flag for that. And then she's just kind of like closed off a little bit to the idea of love and like trusting people, but like I given her background, I can't really fault her for that. So I only gave her one overall.
That is exactly what my red flag is as
Okay,
well.
all right. So same
She's
page. Good to know.
closed off and afraid of getting close to people.
Yeah.
I totally get it, but It would be difficult to start a relationship with her.
Yeah, that's which it was for Sam, but Sam is a very patient man and literally was like had devised this plan for like 2 years and he trying to get her for 2 whole years. Was like
Alright.
that's the one. The one for me.
That yeah, he saw a closed off guarded woman and he said, "That one.
That's
I
my
want that
type.
one."
That's my type. Yeah. All right, talking about good things now. What how many green butterflies do we have here?
Uh, yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay, so I gave her 3. Um here's the thing. Again, I don't know what it was. I say this a lot. She just wasn't like spunky and buzz, but I also am the type of person that's like attracted to chaos a little bit. So wasn't that chaotic. And so I gave her 3. But I said that she an entrepreneur, she owns her own business. She like essentially saved the town that they're in by like reviving this resort and then, drawing in all these customers or whatever. So she saved the town with her business savvy. She also follows her heart as far as like the Sam versus Dr. Denver Dawson. I just like Dr. Denver Dawson scenario. Because he tells her at one point that he has inherited like a shit ton of money and like in the millions, and he's just like sitting on it. And she still is like, damn though.
Mhm.
That's my guy. Yeah, I gave her a 3 out of 5. I thought that was really commend the
Commendable?
word commendable. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Words are hard.
I
Thank you.
was I was like, "Compendium." No,
Compendium.
not that one.
That's the wrong word. Yeah.
Okay. I gave Stella 5 green butterflies. Um, for a lot of the same reasons that you did. She is an entrepreneur, and she treats her employees well. And like Alyssa said, she is a great friend who follows her heart and helped out the entire town. She's very community minded, and that's lovely. I also think she has balls of steel because she told a mob boss no. And
Yeah,
I
that's
was
fair.
like enamored.
Fair.
And she's very accepting of people because she's aware of her difficult situation in life. And there were, like Alyssa said earlier, everyone in that town had a backstory. And it was like a backstory.
Yeah. For sure. They could all
And
like easily have been a main character, for sure.
yeah, and they were all like keeping some things close to the chest. And she has trauma, she can read people, and was still, just kind of accepting. This person has never told me about their family. That's fine.
That's
I
fine.
don't talk about
Yeah.
mine either.
Great.
That's nice.
There are reasons. Yeah.
I also just thought we would vibe. Like, she has really fun hobbies that I'm also into. I would love to go hiking, do art, sit on the deck and watch nature, dance to Moulin Rouge. That would just be fun. So I just think we would get along,
Yeah.
honestly.
I feel like our ratings this week were pretty easy. I feel like there wasn't a lot of like manipulation going. But on our
We will see.
next we will see. That's fair. I did look at your ratings, so I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So on our scale here, uh
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, manipulate, mansplain, and male wife.
up
Thank you.
for first.
Yes. 100% girl boss, Stella Harrison.
Yeah. Same. 100% girl boss.
Yeah, I don't think
She
you
was
could
dope.
read this book and not just think, "What a girl boss."
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, I don't know, just everything about her was cool. She had abilities too. That's pretty fucking
Yeah.
like wants to
Traumatic for
save
her.
people. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
That's just one of the L's in life that we
Yeah.
take.
I know that's just a part of it sometimes. It
Mhm.
is sad. But yeah, okay, next up we have red flags for Thea as Marlon Brando over here.
This picture, it's the lean for B. I don't know what it
He's
it
like okay, he was like actually sitting. So that's why it like looks but yeah,
looks great.
sitting in the swamp. Hell yeah. Got that
Yeah.
smolder going on.
Yeah. Like any good person you find in a swamp.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Gotta work on our
You're up
smolder
first. I know.
before we
I can't
move.
move there until I
That swamp. Anyway, I
the
am up
swolder, if you
first.
will.
Yeah. I gave him red flags. I gave him 3 red flags. Um, so I did say this. I was only like maybe like an hour into the book or so. So not that very long, and I was just like, man, Sam is kind of creepy. Like he's a little creepy. And I told Adrian that, but then by the end I was like, okay, well he's just a little misunderstood, but also he was very cryptic about his quote unquote special skills, which really just meant murdering people. He has murdered people in the past. So that's a red flag for me.
Those are special skills.
Yeah, that's fair. But I will at the end, that is also kind of a good thing. We'll talk about that later, like at the very end with additional thoughts. But I think that there was a good reason that he was written like.
Mhm.
But yeah, I said he's kind of misunderstood, but yeah, slightly creepy. I gave him 3 red flags
That's
for
fair.
him.
I also gave him 3 red flags.
Whoa, same
Whoa.
page. Did you have different reasons though?
Yeah, a little
Probably,
bit.
yeah. Okay, fair.
He also is closed off and has some trust issues. At one point, Stella early on in the book, Stella thinks, "What did she really know about him? She wanted to trust him. He was the only man who came and went from her home, but she didn't know a single thing about his life. She didn't even know if he was married or had children." So it had been like 2 years at this point. She didn't even know anything really about him, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a closed off man. He also comes from a scary family. I'm not super close to my family, so I feel like it's a bit of a high bar of entry and just like a lot of effort to deal with additional family issues.
That's
It wouldn't drive me completely away from somebody, but I'm socially anxious and family drama gets my pulse racing. I
yeah.
just if I have to choose a partner with or without family issues, I would choose without, please.
Please and thank you. That's fair. I can see.
Also, I think he's manipulative.
Oh shit. Really?
Yes,
Okay.
right.
Why?
Um, I'm
Intriguing.
super I'm super glad that Stella is happy with Sam and how he weaseled his way into her life, but hearing him explain that as like a plan, a calculated
I
plan to
mean,
convince her to date him,
yeah.
yikes.
Okay. All right.
It was creepy.
That's fair. That's yeah, fair. I feel like a lot of times creepy versus sweet depends on your
Entirely.
perspective entirely. So, that's fair.
Yeah. It's really about how Stella reacts. Stella wasn't bothered by it, so I guess
Yeah.
it's fine with her.
It still would be red flag for you. That's fair.
Yeah, if somebody described their 2-year plan to date me, I'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's
Like,
nice,
I would be
but also
twirling my hair a little bit. Like, "I'm so special, thank you," but
we coulda had 2 years together. You coulda done this sooner, and then we had 2 years together up until there's that.
you know, he just wormed his way past all her defenses.
Yeah, you really did. Did.
Okay. Let's talk about some green flags. Or, sorry, green
Green
butterflies.
butterflies a fluttering. Am I
Yes.
first again? I think I'm first again. I think all of mine were in before yours, so I think that's why I'm first. I should have changed him up a little bit.
Oh, that's
um,
okay.
I gave him 3.5 out of 5 butterflies. I said he's very caring, was very patient with Stella. And he understands like exactly how she needs supported. And then he also is like super intelligent, I would say. Like he pieces together like the mystery before she does, kind of. But he's like walking her through in a way that's like not condescending or belittling at all, explaining conclusions, and then like also lets her come to her own conclusion. So I really,
Yeah.
really liked that a lot. Very much let her be. This was a theme last week too. Let her be who she is.
Be
Accepted
who
her
you are.
as such. Yes. Beautiful.
All
Yeah.
right.
Your thoughts?
I
A
a whole
swarm.
swarm,
A
a
swarm
swarm
of
of
butterflies.
butterflies. I was enamored. I know I just called him creepy, but I was enamored.
Uh-huh.
He
Fair.
is observant and insightful. It's so difficult for people with intimacy issues to open up.
Yeah.
Having somebody notice when you're struggling silently and like ask about it, that's a huge boon for you. Um, Stella says, that was the thing about Sam. He was far too observant. He noticed everything, details everyone else missed. And yeah. Also, he's handy, good at things. I love a person that can fix things for me because I don't have life skills.
That's yep. Fair. That's what I've got going for me in this apartment. Can fix stuff. Good.
um, he's the strong and silent type. We love to see it. It's a comforting presence to just have. It's like, scary dog privileges to walk alone sort of thing.
Yeah. That's fair. That also ties into something I will say later. So
Also, he's really reassuring. Stella is pretty insecure sometimes, and Sam is closed off, but he willingly opens himself up and makes himself vulnerable to Stella so that she can feel secure. I have a quote about it. Stella says, I didn't understand when you said you'd rather we be together while this is happening. That implied when this is over, you intend to move on. Sam replies, Babe, try to keep up. I'm in this for the long haul. I made that very clear with you. I moved into your house in order to keep you safe and be here if these nightmares persisted, not to make you uncomfortable. I don't want you to think I expect anything from you. Do I prefer to stay? Yes. Hopefully, I'll manage to seduce you into letting me stay in your bed with you before you kick me out. If that doesn't happen, I'll need to work a little harder. And Stella thinks, okay then, so much for insecurities. Yes. Also, he was very willing to change himself into being whatever Stella needed. So just kind of like he cared about her so much that he was willing to be what she needed, a friend up until the point that she was open to a relationship,
right.
that sort of thing. Also, he is a man of certain skills. He's dangerous, and that's hot.
That's fair. That's yeah, that's fair. The mob boss's son. That's yeah.
Aha, I'm
Hot.
panting. Like,
Hot. Protect me, daddy. Okay. Anyway.
all right.
All right.
Now
On our scale of gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, manipulate, mansplain, and male wife.
Sam Rossi,
Oh, you're first this time.
IW,
Oh,
90% manipulate, 10% girl boss.
wow. All of that manipulate. Dang. Take back what I
Mhm.
said earlier. Shoot.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
We'll see. That's fair. I didn't get your rating, so that's fair. I classified him as 100% male wife. So there we go.
Yeah,
That's my type, I guess.
that's my type, that's my type.
Yep, again.
Yep,
That's fair.
yeah.
I guess you did explain the manipularities. Yeah, I can see that. You did devise a whole scheme.
I did have a 12-step program to getting into her pants.
Oh my god.
Oh, goodness. Our internet is
I
struggling.
know, I keep getting notifications. I hope we're not lagging too much stream.
Yeah, so sorry, everybody. But anyway,
Again, follow us so we
now.
can get better internet.
Yeah, please.
Please. Please. Okay, so additional scenes are up next. Do you have anything to cover? Did I dive into
Oh,
that
yes.
one point? Uh
Go for it.
okay, so let me find at the bottom. Okay, so I said that well, okay, I guess this is kind of a question. So, is Stella's attraction to Sam partially a reflection of her daddy issues? Because
Oh,
yeah, because he was a serial killer and then also she's like got special skills and is like okay with it or whatever. But I think that like I don't want to fault him too much for it because I feel like they were written so perfectly for each other. And I think that like the fact that Sam has killed people in the past makes Stella feel safe. Because I like, during the last part of the book, like Stella was pretty sure that she was going to be the victim of a serial killer, and there was like a premonition that involved her mudroom, so like literally in her house. And I feel like Sam made her feel safe. Like I don't think that some, you know, shrimpy guy that's like whatever timid would have lasted because I don't think that she would have been like, "Yep, this is the person I can spend my life with and that's going to take care of me and like feel okay." So I think that it was written very well for each other, that they lined up extremely well. So I don't want to fault him too much for that past.
that's fair. I agree. They were like perfect for each other in that way, and
Yeah,
I don't know what else would have made her feel so safe as
right.
somebody who is that skilled.
Yeah. And I said that while I didn't like personally, like I wasn't super thrilled about either character, like if that makes sense. Like for me, like for each other, they were just perfect.
Mhm.
What you got on the
That's nice.
docket for additional thoughts?
Okay, I'm gonna explain my hot take here
Okay,
first.
fair enough.
So I'll restate that. Sam's father does not deserve a gentle retirement in the countryside. As we previously discussed, Sam's father is a mob boss, but as we had not previously discussed, he constantly cheated and neglected his wife, who eventually, trigger warning here, killed herself. Um,
Yeah, and
go
when
ahead.
he was asked about it too, wasn't he like, um, didn't he say something along the lines of like, because Sam had confronted his dad about why he didn't leave, and he was like,
Yeah, I have
"Well,
that quote.
oh, okay, cool, then go ahead and read it. That'll be better."
Okay. Yeah, Sam asked his father why he wouldn't let his mother go and divorce her and let her live her own life. At first, he tried to weasel his way out of an answer by, sorry, this is a quote. Let me forewarn you. At first, he tried to weasel his way out of an answer, blaming his decision on the church and holy vows. I pointed out he was breaking his vows constantly, so they really didn't mean shit to him. And in the end, he admitted mom ran his house the way he wanted it. She kept him comfortable. She also prevented any of the women he slept with from getting any big ideas about trying to become the next Mrs. Rossi. So he really did keep her around because she cooked and cleaned and raised his son,
Yeah,
and he could cheat, and none of these girls would fall in love thinking that they were going to be next
right,
in line to play mommy.
right.
Um, so along with that, he shows up halfway through the book saying he wants to make amends and spend time with Sam because he's planning to retire and settle down. He reveals that he had a scare with a heart attack, so he has a heart condition now. And I just think that's some typical bullshit behavior, a brush with death that makes you rethink all the things you did wrong in life.
Yeah,
But I'm just like, that doesn't make me or Sam have to forgive you. Um, and I really do feel like Christine Feehan was writing it so that eventually he would be in the circle kind of forgiveness and end up out there with them.
okay, that's
I don't know how Sam could forgive his father, especially because his father has now expressed that he has met a woman he wants to settle down with. I would be furious as the child of the parent that died. It's Sam's decision whether or not he wants to forgive his father, but it is a no for me.
yeah. And too, like when his dad came back, like Sam says too, in the book that like his dad has already played over all these scenarios and is like, "You're gonna forgive me. This we're gonna move on and like spend time together and blah blah blah." Like he doesn't even stop to think that Sam would not want that because that's what he.
Right.
So he was very narcissistic in that way for sure.
Yeah. Do you have any more additional scenes?
Let's see. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, okay. I said this is just a random little tidbit. I absolutely hated the little thing that they did where they would just call each other man and woman. I
Yes.
absolutely fucking hated it, and I don't even know how to like explain like
Those were
what
the worst pet names
I
I've ever
yes,
heard.
it was like a pet name thing. And so like instead of being like babe, come on, that he'd be like woman, and she'd be like man, and I'm like gross. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. That was
Yeah.
like the one critique that I had.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
That
cool.
was that was
I didn't know if it was just me
gag worthy.
being too critical, but I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Don't call me that. What the fuck? Um, was that your only additional thought? Because I have a couple more.
Oh, no, I have several.
Okay, go ahead. We'll just
Okay. Next one, Stella's mother is a piece of shit.
oh,
I hate her.
yeah, that's fair.
As we mentioned, Stella has psychic premonitions about killers all her life, but it started with her father, who was a serial killer. Stella told her mother about this, and at first her mother didn't believe her. I'm not gonna damn her for that. That's normal. Kids say some wacky things sometimes.
Yeah,
Um, but when it became clear that Stella was right, her mother knew, and she threatened her child to keep her silent. She had several threats, but one of which was she would she took Stella to a lion, like to the zoo, to a lion pit, and she paid somebody to let Stella stand in the cage of that lion, well, stand in the doorway of the lion cage with raw meat, like to feed the lion. And her mother told her that that was another little girl who couldn't keep her mouth shut.
yeah.
That
There's a
was so
lot of
traumatizing.
yeah. There was a lot of like psychological torture and abuse here for sure.
Mhm.
Just to play devil's advocate a little bit, do you think that her mom was trying to make sure that she wouldn't talk, that her and her daughter would live? Because I think that if her dad would find out that someone's talking, then he would just and like go into hiding or something.
I could see that,
So like I
but
don't agree
I
with the methods, I guess, of
mhm.
like literally psychologically torturing your child like that, but I kind of understand like the need to stay silent in that situation if you're trying to get out of said situation. But her mom clearly wasn't like her there. But like maybe her mom was trapped too.
Yeah. I would, I would consider that. I don't think it's applicable in this situation because they were a relatively well-off family, and I think there could have been some protective custody with the police or
Yeah,
something. I think that would have worked out fine. Uh,
fair. Yeah. I
but
just
yeah,
like I don't
that's
know what I would
definitely a
do in that
consideration.
situation if I found out that the person I was married to was like literally murdering people. That would be fucking terrible. I would try to leave, but also I'd be fucking terrified. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was also another scene where Stella like hadn't what was it? She like didn't break something, but then her mom like blamed it on her. And then I think it was a camera. Was it
Yeah, I didn't know if you were gonna bring that up.
Yeah, so her mom like blamed it on Stella or whatever, and then to her like her dad got pissed essentially, and she was like, "Oh, she's just a little girl, like don't go too hard on her, like it's okay," and like kind of using Stella as a scapegoat in that sense, even though
You
she'd
know,
break the camera
right. That
to like
scene,
kind of
it's
save
not.
herself.
Oh, yeah. That scene, it's not confirmed in the book, but I kind of have a theory that Stella dropped the camera because there were, like, pictures of the murders on
uh,
it.
okay,
Because in her visions, she's seeing things through the camera,
that's fair.
and I wonder if that's where she first saw a
Yeah,
murder.
fair. That could be.
I don't know why that wasn't confirmed. I guess it was just there
I
to
don't.
make me think,
Also, did
but
we ever get like a year in the book? I don't think we got a year that this
no.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
old
don't.
that camera would have barely. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. There was a lot of unconfirmed little tiny details, I guess.
Yeah, it felt really realistic that way though, honestly, like,
Yeah,
everything didn't wrap up nicely, and people were kind of throwing out theories left and right, and you were like, "I really don't know what to believe," because it wasn't like one of those thrillers where everyone just says the right answer all the time.
right.
Like, there was genuinely some back and forth on, like, a lot of stuff. A
A lot
lot of
of the
people were convinced that Sam was the killer.
yeah. Which okay, that leads into my next point is that my intuition has been on point recently. And whenever I told you he was creepy, I like still wasn't getting the vibes that he was like the murderer or something like that. And I for like the longest time thought that it was the person that it was. Are we going to spoil that? Or should we make people read it for themselves?
I think we should not spoil that,
Okay.
but I will say I was heartbroken.
Were you? See, okay, I feel like I wasn't just because I was like my intuition was telling me that that's who it was and I kind of was preparing for it the entire book. If
At
that makes
the
sense.
end at the end, I was like, "Oh, it's definitely that person," but at the beginning when they were first introduced, I was like, "I love them for a reason that
Okay.
would reveal who they are," so I
Yeah,
cannot say
that's
it.
fair. Okay, fair enough.
Like, I had a heart next to their name,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then when I and
oh
then
no.
I heard it, and then I was just like, "No."
Now it's a broken heart to slash
Yeah.
through the middle. Fair. Yeah, read this book because it was very entertaining actually, and the twist was pretty good. But I was anticipating it. I don't know why my intuition has just been so on point recently. I don't think you've seen Squid Game. That's like a
No.
very popular show on like Korean show right now on Netflix. But I called the like twist at the ending before it even happened when I was watching it. like
Nice.
very, very early on again too. And
Yeah.
my brother was like, "I hated that twist." And I was like, "Which one are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, I called that from like, episode 3 or 4, or actually I think it was the first episode." I was like, "This is gonna be a thing." So, but anyway, I don't know why my intuition has been so good recently, but it has been on point.
To be fair, you're really intuitive all the time.
Blessing and a curse. Kind of like how this book was. I don't know, man. I just know shit. Like I can feel it. It's wild.
Yeah,
Always trust your gut. Even with business decisions we've had to make recently. Trust your gut.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else I have on here. That might be all I have. Oh no. Okay, the very last point. This also kind of relates to Squid Game for those of you who have watched it already. Rich people with nothing but time on their hands and boredom is the perfect recipe for terrible atrocities to happen. That's
That's
all.
fair.
Yeah. They just get bored with life. Okay.
Why don't we
Why don't
just
we just
hunt people for
hunt
sport?
people? Because what else is there to do in our lives? Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
100%.
Kind of been the
Uh,
theme.
I have a few more things, but they're all very brief.
Okay.
Um, I just think, Christine Feehan, you create beautiful homes. I don't every time
Yeah.
I read one of your books, I'm just like, "Wow, this home is lovely." And I recently had to create a very intricate mansion-esque home, and,
Yeah.
that took a lot of work, so good job.
That's fair. I really did enjoy, like, even though all the characters like had a million. Which, okay, is this a series, by the way? If I asked you
I don't know, it feels like there's no way it
that.
could be,
Okay. Well, I just didn't
but
know
I didn't look.
if it would like follow another character or something within the friend group and then like dive into their backstory a little bit or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I feel like that could happen. That could be a thing that would continue. But anyway, like I said, all of the um like side characters had really interesting backstories. Like I appreciated the intricacy and like all of the details. So I really did enjoy her
yes.
writing style. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that would make you happy.
Um, the other thing is, the book was long. It was a 15-hour listen if you were listening to the audiobook, and, as I as we talked about earlier, I did text Alyssa in the middle of the night and say, "To be fair, there's usually smut in these."
There's usually smut. Yeah, that's fair.
It has a few, fade to black scenes, so it's not that there's
Yeah.
not implied, sex, but I'm a big fan of other Christine Feehan series that do have a lot of sex scenes in them. I was really surprised there wasn't any sex in this book. I've read books from a few of her series, and my honest theory is that the book was too long and that they were cut for time
Okay.
because of how detailed the plot was.
See, I thought that it kind of fit with their characters, personally.
I
Like,
could see that.
yeah. So I didn't mind it, honestly. I really did not mind that there was a lack of smut per.
I'm fine with it. It's just,
Could be
if
more
I'm going to read a romance
spice.
novel, I would like a little spice. A little bit of
A little
spice.
bit of spice. I feel it.
Yeah. And I think I'll end it on my last thought, and it was very sweet. Stella is Sam's piece, and I
Yeah.
thought that their romance was sweet, and like Alyssa said, they were written to kind of be like soulmates. They were good for each other. He said, I came to these mountains and found the first true peace I've had in years, and then the mountains gave me you. Just being close to you brings me peace. If that's all I ever get, I'll take it. You offer more, and I'll go for it in a heartbeat, and never be stupid enough to throw it away.
Oh,
That was nice.
I know that was such a good quote. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Why doesn't anyone think of me that way? Damn it.
Did
I need to find someone who's plotting for 2 years apparently and waiting for
The
me,
dedication.
dedicating their time to me. Uh,
Alright. You wanna give your overall rating here?
Wait and leave. I gave it a 4 out of 5, and we used I guess we didn't talk about her dog that much, but we used this as her type of dog. I forget what the name was, but it's like the biggest breed of terrier.
It's an Airedale.
Yeah, that's the one. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Half an Airedale.
that hurt you.
Just air.
That hurt you to chop the dog in half.
You know, it felt right
Oh, okay.
for the book. The dog does not get chopped in half.
No,
The
the dog lives.
the dog lives.
Thank goodness. I literally would have bawled my eyes out if that dog died.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I That's unforgivable. Don't do
Also,
that to
she
me.
the author wrote in like that everyone had dogs of their own. Like, oh, yeah. So they all just had like a dog party. At one point, they were just all hanging out.
Yeah.
They got a pack
And they had
with their
the
friend
one
pack.
cat lady.
Yeah. Fair.
That was nice.
Yeah.
They had a pack and then a cat that hated
Pack and
all
a
the
cat.
dogs.
Yeah.
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 Yes. Well, that has been a podcast, and now let's talk about
And
what's going on next
our
week.
scheduling changes. So we decided next the book that we were supposed to do for next week is not in yet on our holds list, so we weren't sure if that was going to come in. So rather than guessing, we did change up the order of these books a little bit. So next week we have Greenwood Manor. And I don't know if you pulled the summaries. We have all of the summaries from our last video, like separated out into clips on our YouTube channels or whatever. If you guys want to go take a look at those. But
Yes.
yeah, that's the one for next week.
It's ghost themed because we have themes for every week.
We do, and
So
it's
this is our
spooky
spooky ghost.
season. Yes. So basically, brief summary of the plot that we got or whatever. This lady gets dropped off at this manor, and there's like weird things that are on. Like I think the butler doesn't like floats or something across the floor. Like he doesn't touch the ground. There's just all these
Yeah.
little spooky details. But yeah, we are a book for next week.
Yes.
8th of October. Now, next on the 15th, we're going to have Black Gold. That was the one we're supposed to do next week. And this is a shifter book. I don't remember the exact details. Like I said, all of the summaries are up.
I got you on this one.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's Teen Wolf fanfiction. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
uh basically these people meet and they're wolves inside, well, they're shifters. I believe they're wolves. Their
I think
wolves are
they're
like, let's be mates.
I think they're panthers. Am I wrong on that?
There's a wolf on the cover,
I mean, yeah.
and it's called the series is called something wolves. I'm not
Okay,
sure how to
okay.
say
Well,
that.
then maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong.
Takini
Oh, that's
wolves.
fair. I can't see that. Whoops.
That's fair.
Whoopsies.
But yes, their
But yeah,
wolves are like,
shifters.
let's fuck, and then they find out that they don't mesh.
Oh,
So
yeah, this is
we'll
the
run.
like enemies to lovers one.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're both really like hard-headed and cuss a lot. Is what the
I
summary
would.
said. I was
Do
like,
y'all
okay.
like our half-assed summaries? Like just what we were off the
Just what
dome.
we remember. It's fine. It's fine. For
Yeah,
real summaries, we did read the whole thing. Look those up on your own
we did.
time. Give us those views.
Please?
Yeah. All right, and then the next one we have How to Marry a Millionaire Vampire. And this is
Says it all.
vampire themed. Yeah, that's a summary right there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And then
And
for
then
the
the last
next week,
one. You're gonna say it together?
sure.
1, 2, 3. Or I don't know what we're saying for sex
Eroticos?
Jumanji.
Oh, shit. Sex Jumanji.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. Yeah, it's
Okay.
essentially sex Jumanji. They have this game, they have a girls' night, and then one of them is like, "Here's some wine," or no, tequila. It was brought some tequila, and she was like, "I have this board game," and yeah, sex Jumanji. I'm very excited for that one.
I'm very excited, yeah.
Yeah, that's our finale. Hopefully, it's good. I assume it will be.
The climax, if you will.
Yeah, ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha
Ha
ha.
ha ha. The Halloween special. But yeah, those are our books that are upcoming. You like to do your plugs?
Uh, fine.
Uh,
Yes.
all right. Go for it.
Please, if you're a child, go away. I don't want you here. And but other than that, if you're an adult above 18, please check me out on twitch.tv/adriangames, linktree at adriandrawful, and Twitter at adriandrawful. And yeah, now for your plugs.
My plugs, here they are. Linktree.com. No, that's not what it is. Linktree slash Nibiru31. Also, if you're a child, grow up. I say that every podcast. And I like that. We should get that on a t-shirt branding. If you're a
That's
child,
fair.
grow up. But yeah, we don't make content for you. So I don't know why you're here. There are age gates. How'd you get past those? How dare you click the button? But yeah, here's all my links.
Yeah.
I do have one more slide for art credit. Uh, Scenery thingy mabobbers. But yeah, that is the end of our podcast. That concludes this episode.
Yes. See you all next week where we will be we'll be reviewing ghost porn, hopefully.
Ghost porn, getting spooky.
You say, ooh.
Ooh.
Now, everybody have a great week. And yeah, smooches and stuff.
Witches and stuff. Bye.
Bye.